With our City Commission elections coming up in weeks, we here at the Winter Park Chamber of Commerce would like for you to get to know the candidates and their platforms in the convenience of your home, on your mobile phone, your laptop, or your tablet. So we've brought you the 3 questions platforms, and today we're with the candidate for seat 1, Marty Sullivan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Betsy.
So our first question is pretty easy. We'd love to know what uniquely qualifies you to become our next city commissioner.
Thanks, Betsy. A little bit about myself, and I will directly address that. I'm a 5th generation Floridian. I've lived 37 years here in Winter Park, and my wife and I raised our daughter here. I'm a retired professional engineer, and my field is geotechnical and environmental. My dad and my grandfather were professional engineers here in Florida on the West Coast. My education, undergrad, I studied physics at University of South Florida. I have master's degrees in economics and in engineering from Florida State University and University of Central Florida. Why am I uniquely qualified? I have served on city boards for the last 20 years, and many of those as chair. I have experience in traffic, having served on the Winter Park Transportation Task Force, as well as the Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee, which I chaired. I also served in the regional board, Metroplan Orlando, as chair of their Bicycle and Pedestrian Board. I also served on the Lakes Board. I served on the Utility Advisory Board as chair. And a unique thing with that was, this was 20 years ago, we considered buying the electric infrastructure, and it was a risky decision at the time, but we looked at the potential benefits and went ahead and did it. Anybody who lived here over 20 years ago realizes what a great benefit that has been for the city. And it made money, makes money. I am a listener and a consensus builder. And I want to take that forward. That, I believe, is another unique characteristic that will benefit the city when I am on the commission.
Great. So we here at the Chamber obviously represent the whole city, but we're focused on the needs of the business community. And we'd love to know what plans you have to support the business community if you were elected city commissioner.
Absolutely. I talked to a number of merchants. The first thing they talk about is traffic and parking. So there are a few things that I would like to put forward to help alleviate that. First is expand the Sunrail service and hours. In 2021, Winter Park will be paying for maintenance and operation. We should have a say in how it runs. That will potentially reduce some traffic and bring more customers to Park Avenue. Secondly, I'd like to figure out how to have the employers on Park Avenue have their employees park other than on the avenue. Now, I'm not sure how to do that, but I believe that's something that can be addressed. Third thing I want to throw out there is, what about 15-minute parking spaces for a few spaces so people can duck in and duck out of a store? For instance, if they want a loaf of bread from the bakery on Morse Boulevard, they could do that. And it would help citizens to buy local and participate locally in local commerce. I believe the city could enable more of the sip, shop, and stroll characteristics and bring more business to the downtown business area. The city rules and regulations need to continue to enhance the business opportunities and growth in Winter Park.
Great. And finally, what change do you most hope to influence if you're elected city commissioner?
Of course, there isn't just one, but let me preface this with saying the city does a great job in a lot of things. We're fiscally responsible and sound. We have good infrastructure. We have some terrific city events. But we need better relationships between the citizens, the businesses, and the developers. In the past, there have been fights between citizens and developers. And what happens in a fight? One wins, one loses. I believe we can engender negotiations in good faith so that we can come out of these in win-win situations where the developer gets what he needs and the citizens get an enhancement to their quality of life. I want to throw out another one too, and that's sustainability. That's has not been a front burner issue in Winter Park, I don't believe, and I believe it should be. Adjoining cities, particularly Orlando, have a great array of programs, and they've done a lot of work to put together these programs that will benefit the business community and the citizens in that town. We should look at some of those programs and see what might fit for our town. So my primary goal, overarching goal, is to protect the unique qualities of our premier village. And we will be growing and changing, and I want to do that in a way that will enhance our quality of life.
Great. Finally, we have a little bonus question. Is there anything else you'd like people to know about you?
Well, I've never done anything like this before, I'll say that. Some people came to me and asked me to do this, having known me for some time, thinking that I can serve the city well. But I ask that everyone take a good look at me. You can see me on my web page, which is Marty4WP. And also I have a Facebook page with the same thing. MARTY number 4 WP.
Okay, great. Marty Sullivan, thank you so much for spending time with us today, and best wishes to you.
Thank you, Betsy.
Please join us for our candidate forum on February 7th here at the Winter Park Chamber of Commerce. We'll be live on Facebook beginning at 8 a.m. And if you can't join us on Facebook Live, it will be parked on Facebook after the event. So we look forward to seeing you and having you contact us to learn more about the upcoming election. Stay tuned to our newsletters, our Facebook posts, and on our webpage, winterpark.org, for more information from the Winter Park Chamber of Commerce.